在2025年初，埃隆·马斯克 （Elon Musk） 通过社交媒体平台 X（ 前 Twitter） 在英国政治中引发了广泛的争议和动荡，成为焦点人物。马斯克在 X 上拥有211万粉丝，他的发言对英国政治产生了显著影响，尤其是在与工党首相基尔·斯塔默 （Keir Starmer） 和极右派领导人奈吉尔·法拉奇 （Nigel Farage） 之间的激烈互动后，事情愈演愈烈。事件时间线：2025年1月1日，马斯克发表了一条引人注目的推文，问到美国是否应该解放英国人民，脱离其暴政政府，引发了广泛的关注和争论。这一言论被视为对英国政治的干预，且充满争议。2025年1月6日，斯塔默在一次关于英国国家医疗服务体系 NHS 的新闻发布会上回应了马斯克的指控，强调他在担任首席检察官期间积极对抗性侵害儿童的犯罪行为。斯塔默愤怒地驳斥了马斯克的虚假指控，强调他在处理性侵问题方面的努力。2025年1月7日，法拉奇在马斯克的声明后面临领导权的质疑，马斯克在平台上直言法拉奇没有能力。此后，法拉奇呼吁对儿童性虐待案件进行国家调查，试图重新获得公众信任。主要观点：马斯克的影响力。马斯克利用社交媒体在英国政治中施加影响，尤其是在右翼政治上的支持使他成为焦点。政治学教授罗伯特·福特 （Robert Ford） 指出，马斯克的言论打断了斯塔默的新闻发布会，并改变了政治讨论的方向。对法拉奇和罗宾逊的支持，马斯克对被监禁的极右煽动者汤米·罗宾逊 （Tommy Robinson） 的支持引发了法拉奇的反感。后者选择与马斯克保持距离，显示出两者之间的政治分歧。法拉奇试图向主流右翼选民靠拢，避免与罗宾逊的关系拖累自己的政治形象。斯塔默的反击：斯塔默在面对马斯克的攻击时，虽然没有直接针对马斯克进行批评，但他试图将焦点放在自己的政治议程上，同时捍卫了同事杰斯·菲利普斯 （Jess Phillips）不受马斯克的指控影响。观点差异与分析：一、马斯克的立场。一些分析人士认为，马斯克对英国政治的干预属于外国干预，可能在煽动更广泛的政治不稳定。马斯克的发言被解读为对英国内部事务的干预，引发了对其动机的质疑。二、英国政坛的反应。斯塔默面对马斯克的攻击，尽量避免与马斯克直接对抗，而是专注于政府的治理工作。这种策略显示出他对马斯克影响力的警惕，同时也反映出他希望将焦点重新放回到国内政治议题上。结论：马斯克在英国政治中的介入凸显了社交媒体对政治讨论的影响力，以及跨国界的政治互动所带来的复杂性。这一事件不仅揭示了马斯克作为全球商业领袖的影响力，还展示了社交平台如何在现代政治中扮演重要角色。随着事件的发展，英国政坛的动态将继续受到马斯克及其社交媒体活动的影响，未来的政治走向值得进一步关注。The dispute between British politics and Elon Musk in early 2025 reveals several counterintuitive aspects regarding the interplay of social media, politics, and public perception. In foreign interference versus domestic politics, while Musk's interventions are framed as foreign interference in British politics, they actually bring to light the increasingly global nature of political discourse. His posts, particularly those targeting Prime Minister Keir Starmer and advocating for far-right figures like Tommy Robinson, challenge the notion that national politics are insulated from external influences. This suggests that political figures in one country can significantly affect political dynamics in another, often in ways that are not immediately obvious or welcomed. To Musk as a double-edged sword, Musk's influence appears to be a double-edged sword for far-right leaders like Nigel Farage. While Musk's support for Robinson could theoretically energize the far-right base, it also risks alienating mainstream voters who might view Robinson negatively. This complicates the narrative that Musk is solely a champion for right-wing populism. Instead, his actions may inadvertently strengthen the positions of those who oppose figures like Robinson, showcasing how an outsider's involvement can disrupt established political alliances. Free impact on Starmer's agenda. Starmer's attempts to focus the political conversation on pressing issues like the NHS were undermined by Musk's provocative posts. This highlights the paradox of political leadership in the age of social media. Despite having a structured agenda, political leaders can be derailed by the whims of influential social media figures. The expectation would be for leaders to control the narrative, yet Musk's digital presence demonstrates that they may be at the mercy of external influencers, changing the rules of engagement in political communication. 4. Public backlash and support dynamics. Musk's support for controversial figures like Robinson could backfire, as public sentiment may not align with his views. The backlash against Musk's comments about Starmer and his defense of Phillips indicates that political figures can suffer reputational damage from their associations and endorsements. This suggests that public figures must navigate a complex landscape where support from high-profile individuals can lead to both increased visibility and significant criticism. 5. Musk's misunderstanding of British politics. Analysts suggest that Musk's understanding of British politics is distorted, indicating that his interventions may be less about effective political engagement and more about posturing. This raises questions about the motivations behind such interventions. Are they genuinely aimed at influencing policy, or are they merely a reflection of Musk's desire for attention and ideological alignment? 6. The role of traditional media. The media's portrayal of Musk's actions as disruptive and controversial underscores the continuing power of traditional media narratives in shaping public perception. While Musk operates through a digital platform, the amplification of his remarks by the media can entrench his positions even further, illustrating a symbiotic relationship between social media and traditional journalism that can complicate political landscapes. 7. Musk's appeal to U.S. audiences. Some experts argue that Musk's actions may be more about catering to his American audience rather than genuinely influencing British politics. This could imply that domestic political maneuvering is increasingly influenced by global figures who prioritize their own brand and narrative over local political stability, indicating a shift in how political engagement is conceptualized in a globalized world. 8. Potential for political backlash. The suggestion that Musk's interventions could create a backlash against the far right, rather than bolster it, is particularly counterintuitive. While one might expect that supporting a controversial figure would galvanize right-wing support, the reality may be that it pushes moderate voters away, thus complicating the political calculus for figures like Farage, who must balance their base with broader electoral appeal. These complexities illustrate that the intersection of social media and politics is fraught with unexpected outcomes, where the intentions and impacts of influential figures like Elon Musk can diverge significantly from traditional political dynamics. 在2025年初，埃隆·马斯克通过社交媒体对英国政治的干预引发了广泛的争议。这一事件包含了许多值得注意的细节和重要内容。尽管主要媒体报道了马斯克与政界人士的互动，工党首相基尔·斯塔默 （Keir Starmer） 对马斯克指控的反驳，以及对极右派领导人奈吉尔·法拉奇 （Nigel Farage） 支持的分歧，但有几个重要的方面可能被公众和分析人士所忽视。一、马斯克对极右派的支持与其全球影响力。马斯克的社交媒体活动显示了他对极右派政治的支持，这在全球范围内引起了政治反响。他对汤米·罗宾逊 （Tommy Robinson） 的支持 尽管在英国政治中引发了争议，但也反映了他利用社交平台进行跨国政治干预的能力。这种行为的意义在于，马斯克不仅仅是一个商业巨头，他的影响力能够直接影响到其他国家的政治动态，甚至改变政治议程。二、政治人物的反应与对马斯克的态度。斯塔默在面对马斯克的指控时，采取了较为谨慎的态度，尽量避免与马斯克正面冲突，这显示了他对马斯克影响力的警惕。斯塔默试图将焦点放在自己的政治议程上，而不是陷入与马斯克的街头斗争。这一点表明，在当今社交媒体盛行的时代，政治人物必须重新评估他们如何应对外部影响，特别是来自具有巨大追随者的社交媒体平台的影响。三、马斯克与法拉奇的分歧。马斯克与法拉奇的关系变化同样值得关注。法拉奇对马斯克提出的释放罗宾逊的要求表示拒绝，这一立场显示出他希望与主流右翼选民保持距离。法拉奇的这一选择可能会使他在未来的政治生涯中更具可持续性，而马斯克的支持则可能使他在英国政治的主流中失去立足点。这种分歧不仅反映了马斯克在英国政治中的影响力，也揭示了极右翼政治内部的复杂性。四、社交媒体的政治干预。马斯克的干预在某种程度上体现了社交媒体对政治讨论的影响力。在社交媒体上，信息的传播速度和影响力远超传统媒体。马斯克的言论能够在短时间内引发广泛关注，打乱政治议程，甚至改变公众舆论。这一现象提示我们，社交媒体的力量不仅仅体现在信息的传播上，更在于它能够塑造政治现实，影响选民的看法。五、外国干预的潜在风险。马斯克在英国政治中的介入被一些分析人士视为外国干预。这一观点引发了对国家主权和政治独立性的担忧。随着全球化的加深，跨国企业和个人的行为可能会对国家的政治生态产生深远影响。马斯克的行为提醒我们，在这个信息化时代，如何平衡外部影响和内部政治稳定成为一个亟待解决的问题。结论：总体来看，埃隆·马斯克在英国政治中的干预不仅是个人行为，更是社交媒体时代政治生态的一个缩影。马斯克的言论和行动引发的争议，反映了当代政治中所面临的复杂挑战，包括外部影响、社交媒体的力量以及政治人物如何应对这些挑战。随着事件的发展，马斯克对英国政治的影响将继续引发公众和政策制定者的关注。
1. Musk's political influence and social media's role. Elon Musk's intervention in British politics through social media highlights the growing impact of digital platforms on political discourse. With 211 million followers on Platform X, formerly Twitter, Musk's reach allows him to influence political narratives and disrupt traditional political dialogue. This case exemplifies how social media can serve as a tool for foreign individuals to sway politics in other nations, raising concerns about the implications of such influence on domestic governance and electoral integrity. 2. The dynamics of right-wing politics in the UK. Musk's support for controversial figures like Tommy Robinson has significant ramifications for the landscape of British right-wing politics. His relationship with Nigel Farage, a prominent figure in the UK's far-right movement, reveals the tensions within this political faction. Farage's reluctance to support Robinson in light of Musk's demands illustrates the complexities of aligning with populist figures while attempting to maintain mainstream appeal. This schism could reshape the future of right-wing politics in Britain as leaders navigate public perceptions and internal party dynamics. 3. Keir Starmer's political strategy. Prime Minister Keir Starmer's response to Musk's accusations indicates a strategic approach aimed at reinforcing his political agenda while countering external disruptions. Starmer's focus on the National Health Service (NHS) amid Musk's provocations reflects his attempt to maintain control of the political narrative. By addressing Musk's claims without directly engaging in a personal feud, Starmer seeks to elevate his policy goals above sensationalist distractions. highlighting a broader strategy for governance amid external pressures. 4. Concerns about foreign interference. Musk's comments and actions have sparked discussions about foreign interference in UK politics, with analysts warning that his influence could destabilize the political landscape. Observers have characterized Musk as a potential bad actor whose interventions serve to amplify division and controversy. This concern is echoed in broader European contexts, where Musk's endorsements of far-right movements have raised alarms about his role in fostering radical political sentiments. The implications of such interference necessitate a re-examination of how social media platforms regulate political discourse and the responsibilities of influential figures in maintaining democratic integrity. 1. The American Civil War and British involvement. The American Civil War 1861–1865 was a significant conflict that saw the United States divided over issues including slavery and states' rights. During this period, Britain maintained a complicated position. While the British government officially remained neutral, public opinion was sharply divided. Many in Britain sympathized with the Confederacy due to economic interests, particularly in cotton, while others supported the Union, viewing it as a fight for human rights. The British involvement was further complicated by the construction of Confederate warships in British shipyards, leading to tensions between the US and Britain. This situation highlighted the influence of external actors in domestic conflicts, similar to how Elon Musk's comments impacted British politics. 2. The role of foreign powers in the Spanish Civil War. The Spanish Civil War 1936–1939 was marked by significant foreign intervention. Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy supported Francisco Franco's nationalists, while the Soviet Union and international brigades backed the Republicans. The involvement of these foreign powers not only altered the course of the war but also complicated the political landscape of Spain and Europe. The international dimension of the conflict showcased how external influences could sway the outcome of a national struggle, reminiscent of Musk's interference in British political discourse. 3. Russian interference in the 2016 United States presidential election. The 2016 U.S. presidential election was heavily impacted by interference from Russian entities who sought to influence public opinion through social media campaigns and disinformation tactics. This foreign meddling raised significant concerns about the integrity of American democracy and led to extensive investigations. The parallels with Elon Musk's influence in British politics are evident, as both cases involve powerful figures or entities intervening in the political processes of another nation, prompting debates on sovereignty, foreign interference, and the role of social media in modern governance. The ongoing dispute between British politics and Elon Musk highlights a complex interplay of social media influence, political dynamics, and international relations. As we look towards the future, several predictions can be made regarding the implications of Musk's involvement in UK politics and the broader trends that may emerge. 1. Increased polarization in British politics. Musk's interventions may deepen existing political divides in the UK. His support for far-right figures and controversial statements could galvanize both supporters and opponents, leading to more entrenched positions among political factions. This polarization might manifest in increased hostility during political discourse and a rise in populist sentiments, as seen in other parts of the world. 2. The rise of social media as a political tool. The events of early 2025 underscore the power of social media platforms in shaping political narratives. As politicians and public figures recognize the influence of individuals like Musk, we can expect more strategic use of social media to sway public opinion. Future elections may see candidates leveraging these platforms to amplify their messages and counter opponents, potentially leading to a more chaotic political landscape. 3. Foreign influence and regulatory responses. Musk's involvement raises questions about foreign influence in domestic politics. As concerns grow over the impact of global figures on national issues, there may be calls for stricter regulations governing social media use in political contexts. Governments might explore ways to mitigate the effects of foreign interference, leading to legislative changes aimed at safeguarding democratic processes. 4. The evolution of political alliances. Musk's actions could reshape alliances within British politics. The rift between him and figures like Nigel Farage might create opportunities for new leadership within the right-wing factions. Politicians may feel pressured to align themselves with or against Musk, influencing their electoral strategies and policy positions. As a result, we could see the emergence of new political coalitions that reflect changing public sentiments. 5. Impact on public trust in institutions. The controversy surrounding Musk's statements about Keir Starmer and the NHS could erode public trust in political institutions. If citizens perceive that external influences can disrupt governance or manipulate political narratives, disillusionment with established parties may grow. This could lead to a rise in alternative political movements and an increasing demand for transparency and accountability. 6. International repercussions. Musk's actions may not be contained within the UK. As he engages with far-right movements in Europe, there could be ramifications for international relations, particularly between the UK and other nations concerned about the rise of extremist ideologies. Governments may reassess their diplomatic strategies to address the challenges posed by influential foreign figures undermining democratic values. 7. Potential backlash against tech giants. As Musk continues to exert influence, there may be a backlash against tech giants and their role in politics. Public scrutiny could lead to increased demands for ethical standards and accountability from social media platforms. Future regulations may seek to curb the power of individuals like Musk, prompting discussions about the responsibilities of tech leaders in shaping public discourse. 8. Shift in political communication strategies. Politicians may adapt their communication strategies in response to figures like Musk, leading to an evolution in how political messages are crafted and disseminated. We may see an increase in direct engagement with citizens through platforms like X, fostering a more interactive and immediate political environment. However, this could also result in an overemphasis on sensationalism and clickbait, detracting from substantive policy discussions. Conclusion. The ongoing dispute between British politics and Elon Musk reflects broader trends in political engagement, social media influence, and international dynamics. As we move forward, the ramifications of this dispute will likely shape the future of British politics, influencing everything from electoral strategies to public trust in institutions. The interplay between technology and politics will continue to evolve, prompting necessary discussions about the role of influential figures in democratic processes and the implications for governance in the 21st century.